Greetings everyone, it's Reed here. Today we're going to do another CHAZ video and about the important lessons for preppers, survivalists, and anyone else who wants to live through great calamity and disaster and everything else. And hopefully we can learn something. And today is the one I've been kind of looking forward to in a way because it just causes me to just... I just giggle every time I think of this. It's the gardening of the CHAZ. Oh boy, yeah. So, I mean, that's one of the things, we often talk about in the prepping community and the survivalists and everything else is like, garden now. Learn how to grow stuff now because the learning curve can be rather steep. It can be a little hard, especially if you haven't done this before in the past and don't know exactly what you're doing. This can be a little difficult. I just didn't realize the learning curve was like, a rock face flat right off the edge for some people that it's just, they ain't getting up that hill. Oh, yeah, it was bad. Let's take a look at some photos here. We'll just put three up together in quick succession. Now, if you look here, we got this nice circle thing going on, and there's this thin layer of soil they got, and it's very black, and it looks like, standard potting soil you could buy at the store. Might work in their climate. Over here, I have a lot of trouble with that stuff. Lots of it. So I don't use it much. In mixes, I'll add it as a minish like that, but I don't use it much. And then, we see just a thin layer. They got these plants, and then we got this brown stuff sticking out the edge. Yeah, it's cardboard, right? I wasn't sure what that was initially, but it was cardboard and stuff. And here, let's take a look at this more in depth with a quick clip.
It's okay. Yeah. No worries. You gotta make it trellis like that for plants to form.
So cool.
So we're here at the farms, the gardens, and we're prepping for another farm, I think. Kind of getting the grass down, keeping it together, bringing in water supplies. But you can see here, the soil is really added to itself. It looks like a nice fertile ground, and we're not even creating any carbon emissions. That's great. This is the garden, what does it say, for Black and Indigenous and their plant allies. And then we have the other one over there too, another one right there, but it's starting to sprout. People are gardening all over the place.
So you can see what they're trying to do. Yeah, you can see what they're after. They've obviously seen, I guess, pictures or something on TV or something. Like they got an idea. Well, plants need soil, so we'll get some soil and we'll get some plants. And we don't want the grass here. We'll think the grass is bad, So we're going to put cardboard down, put this on top, and stick the plants on there. Okay, cardboard is a great soil amenity, but ratios are extremely important. You've got to have it ratioed in there, because otherwise the cardboard traps a lot of water, and what will happen is you're going to cause root rot. Horrific root rot. And considering how little soil they got and how that's going to go in there, I would be honestly shocked if stuff growed successfully and produced a good yield on that. Absolutely shocked. I mean, I just can't see it. Maybe I'm wrong. If you know that they've had great success in the garden, produced and fed everyone with no problem, let me know. I'm sorry, guys. I just can't keep a straight face on this one. I mean, I just was looking at that going, huh? What? Now see, when I was younger, I grew stuff. I've always been a guy that grows things. I liked growing things, liked messing with plants. But when people tell me, I have a black thumb, I'm not good at growing stuff, things die. And I'm always like, well, there's got to be at least a plant for you. There's some super hardy plants that can deal with whatever your issue is. If you like to overwater them like crazy, I can think of a couple plants for you. Shoot, sunchokes. I mean, they even handle it out of here as long as I give them some water. Those things are hardy. Give people sunchokes. There you go. Here, you can grow these. So, but this This was crazy. So we're looking at, you know, these things, when I'm looking at them, they're around, looks like 15, 20 feet across, you know, sort of diameter across here, you know, so like that. And they got like 100 to 200 people that were there at the time when they're setting this up and everything like that. And you quickly realize, not even close to the necessary land needed to do this, okay? Now, general rule, okay? General rule, when you're not using a lot of chemicals, you're gonna do things, growing them as, you know, old methods, you know, collapse everything else, old methods, that's what we work with. That's why I don't grow with a lot of chemicals here, don't really at all. You know, I do what I can, and I know what kind of yields I'm working with here. And you're talking about 1 acre of land per person. So you're talking 100 people, 200 people, that's 200 to 100 acres of land. That's a lot of land. And that's land to grow everything for you and like chickens and other stuff with you, right? To support you that you need and so on. So about 1 acre of land, it's a good rule. Now you can improve efficiencies by building greenhouses. So you can extend your growing seasons, bring things in at other times, and have more things going. You can also use a lot of fertilizers, you know, poop. And techniques to things, crop rotations like that, and carefully companion planting and planting stuff, that you can bring that down. You know, you can bring it down to 1/2 acre. 1/4 acre possible, but hard on that, because you've got a lot of things you got to push in. You've got to build a lot of structures. You got to manage stuff like that. You're going to need grow lights and all that. And the complexity makes it hard, because when you're talking sustainability going forward and long term, that complexity is hard to maintain without being able to, you know, self-sufficiently make your own technology. And that can be a real hard thing to do in a lot of ways. So usually I say plan for using more land, especially if we're saying we want to grow like 1.5 years worth of food in a season. It's like that. Plan on using more land. It gives you a good buffer zone. Okay. Them, oh boy. Nope, not at all. And then the other thing, look what we got here for plants. Let's throw a close-up of one. Well, and so I looked through a bunch of the pictures of the garden, and the question that instantly pops in my head is, where's the calories? Where are the calories here? And stuff like that. I love bell peppers, or any peppers. They're quite good. You know, I can't eat the spicy ones anymore. It's a horrible sadness of mine, because I love spicy food, but I just can't eat it anymore because my stomach says I'm going to murder you. And so, so just off the table for me. But I'm looking at that. There's not really a lot of calories there. Not at all. You know, tomatoes, not really a lot of calories there and stuff. Where's calories? Okay, roots, all right, potatoes, sweet potatoes, grains, wheat, sorghum, you know, buckwheat and stuff. Corn, another good grain. Those are good calorie sources, and that is vital. You've got to grow these things in large quantity to get the calories. The other stuff, all your vegetables and all that stuff, that's nutrition. Help balance things out. Make certain your body's getting a lot of the vitamins and minerals it needs. And of course, flavor. I mean, shoot, I love a lot of those other things because they taste so darn good. But, you know, if you're growing just heads of lettuce everywhere, you're going to starve. Starve hard, you know? And of course, other calories, great things to plant. Beans, lots of beans. Good source of calories, protein, and other things you need. And this is a vital thing to realize. And it's one of the big things I've obviously, you know, that you get and educate yourself as you're becoming a preparedness. Where are your calories? Where are your nutritions and all that stuff? You start looking, oh yeah, I need beans. I need my corn. I need my grains. I need my tubers. Yeah, you realize that. Yeah, big importance. Then also when you're talking about natural disaster and all that stuff that you're going to want, you know, above ground and below ground. Because if you get a horrible hailstorm just come in and just wipe everything out, well, sure, you may have lost all your corn crop, but if you got a bunch of turnips and potatoes and, you know, rutabagas and sweet potatoes going, yeah, they'll get some shoots going and they'll keep moving along. So you don't lose everything, you still got your roots. You can sort of balance on that stuff. Then you want to balance out if you get blight like I fought with this year, so like that. Still got other stuff. You got your corn coming in and other things like that. It's important to balance these things out, crop rotate and all this. Obviously, these guys didn't have any idea on this. This was a complete guess. I think it was like one of those fair projects. Like, hey, let's just make a garden, and it's like one of those demonstrations. Of course, it's not really functional or something like that. Golly, oh, it was just painful in some ways, just horribly painful. And the other thing is, like, we've talked about, that a lot of people in certain societal circles, certain places where they're raised and all this stuff, won't be able to do anything for themselves. And to me, it's very alien. I mean, completely and totally alien to me. My entire life, I have taken things apart. I've looked at them. I've messed with stuff outside. I've been in the dirt. I do things. I mean, all this stuff I'm always deep into, always been in there. And so the idea that someone can't do anything for themselves, that they are just, you know, in a lot of ways at basic levels, and we're not going to be able to function, I just can't get my head around it. Well, now I get to see it first up in person. I get to see an example of this. And boy, is it an example. A whole bunch of these people do not know what they're doing. They have no idea how to manage this, no idea at all what they're doing on this. It is a complete and total crap show. Just a mess in every way. And wow. And I think to myself, is, you know, like, we have everything come apart. You know, some major societal changing event happens. And this one is where the cities actually come apart. And I'm going to cover that later in depth. What causes it to break apart and pull these things to pieces? Okay? But say we see that. You're going to have a whole bunch of these people that have lived and grown up in these circles, and they got their one thing that's in some ivory tower school or something, or they're a writer or something, I guess. I'm just trying to put my head around it because I just can't get my head around it. It's like the people that can't do home repair, home improvement, stuff like that, car repair, I just, and stuff, you know. But, you know, even people that never done it before like that, there's guys out there like Steve at Corsair Trainers. Go check him out. You know, he worked in corrections and stuff like that. That was his career. But guess what? He's working on skills, improving his position, doing stuff, educating stuff. These people, they had no idea. None. I mean, how hard would it have been to go onto the phone? How do I start a garden and grow stuff? They couldn't even have done that. This garden was a catastrophe at every level. I'm just like, oh. So it really shows you that you're going to have people, we're going to have a large chunk of people that, in terms of practical usefulness, they are severely limited for what we need, what becomes valuable. Gardening know-how, welding, forging, blacksmithing, sanitation design, plumbing design, stuff like that. We're going to need pottery people to make pots. Well, maybe they took that as an elective in college. I don't know. Maybe they can at least make pots for us, and maybe baskets. Maybe they got a degree in underwater basket weaving. Maybe we can have them do that. But I mean, the severe limitation is immense on some people for practical applications of knowledge. And it's sad, just terrifyingly sad. Really. I mean, like I said, it's so alien to me, and then seeing perfect example right out in front of me of this kind of stuff, because I almost have trouble believing these kind of people even exist. Whew! Funny, but also terrifying, because can you imagine like 100 of these people just coming down on your compound? Hey, we need help. I don't have a good answer on that. That's why I've said before, you can check out the video I made before, a harsh land. And there's a point to being where I'm at out here, is I don't like the people problem. It is a significant people problem. And when everything comes apart and all this stuff, most people are not going to say, hey, everything's come apart, society's a mess, it's everyone for themselves, survival of the fittest, let's run to the desert. Yeah, not really on the top of the list you're going to hear people say they're going to do. And so I like the idea of the land being a natural barrier for a lot of people showing up. Okay? Anyways, check out the video. Check out Steve at Corsair Trainers. Also, for someone else I really think you definitely need to go check out and watch, Modern Refugee. If you are lacking in these skills, lacking in a lot of knowledge of a lot of practical applications of doing stuff, you need to go visit Modern Refugee. Link up here and in the description. All right? The guy knows a lot about a lot of practical things. Someone I really appreciate. And I appreciate all the work he does educating people. So if you are sitting here watching this video going, I might kind of fall into the category. And if you are actually thinking that you might fall into this category, first, I highly congratulate you at actually realizing you need to improve yourself. And then, like I said, watch my videos. Watch Modern Refugees videos. Go check out Steve at Corsair Trainers for other knowledge. In fact, also go check out Old School Prepper. Put her up there and in the description. Go check these people out. Go check out lots of preparedness people that are teaching you skills. There's lots of us out there. Because you need to know how to do all sorts of things. And unfortunately, as I see things, just like the storm clouds rolling in here, things are getting ugly. I am very concerned about the future. I'll talk more on that later. But today, there's our lesson on the CHAZ garden. Take care, everyone. Read out.